So, as many of you know or may not, my new book, The Empathy Edge, is coming out this October. October 22nd is the launch date. I can't believe it. I'm in the middle of crazy copy edits right now, trying to put together my marketing plan, trying to gather testimonials, and just all that stuff that comes before the actual birth of a book, before the book is actually in your hands. And I wanted to take a second here to talk to people because a lot of people have asked me, why did you write a book about empathy? And for those of you who don't know, it's actually, the subtitle is Harnessing the Value of Compassion as an Engine for Success. And it's essentially a playbook for leaders or individuals, brands, and teams. And the reason I wanted to write this book, and I'm sharing this with you guys now, is the idea came to me several years ago. I've actually been working on this book, well, maybe not several, like 2.5, 3 years ago. And like many people, I was upended by the 2016 presidential election and just what I saw, the behaviors that I saw, the acrimony, just the complete lack of civility and understanding and compassion for people other than ourselves, and also got very afraid of the stigmatizing of the other, right, that was being done. Not new to this election, I should add, but it really sparked something in me about what can I do with my work and my platform to bring about change. And sorry, I want to show you the book cover here. Hang on. Of course, my phone just locked. So the book cover, can you see it? Yeah, there it is. Yay. But anyway, long story short is I was in a pretty low place, and I was not alone. I was having a lot of conversations with clients and colleagues about their frustration of feeling all these feelings and feeling all this empathy towards trying to help other people, and how can we put this into action? And yes, you can go volunteer, you can give money, you can post things on social media, I guess, if you think that that's effective. But really, a lot of people, especially my entrepreneur friends and business friends, were saying, what can I do within my work to make change happen, right? We have this empathy crisis as a world. And there's actually been studies that show that our collective empathy as humans has gone down. I have no idea how they measure that. I need to look more into that, obviously. But so I thought, why don't we start at the place where we spend the bulk of our time, which is at work or in business or interacting in business, right? And brand strategy is my wheelhouse as a career. So what could I do within my realm of expertise to talk about this topic and give people actionable ideas for how to cultivate more empathy, for how to flex their own empathy muscles? And the point of the book was really about, it doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur or a global company. I've profiled all sorts of sizes of companies, all sorts of leaders, from solopreneurs to social entrepreneurs to C-level executives. And we give ideas in the book about how to cultivate empathy. These people are doing amazing things with their businesses within their own spheres of influence. So even if your sphere of influence is 10 people or 50 people or just your local town or your networking group or your marketing team, you have an opportunity to be a model. You have an opportunity to change the definition of what it means to be successful, what it means to be competitive, what it means to succeed in the business world or the organizational world, if you will. And it's time for us to flip that script of the fact that you need to be greedy, you need to take no prisoners, you need to be cold and distant and impersonal. We don't. And there's data and research and case studies, which is what I put together in this book, that prove to skeptics that this is not just actually a good way to live, and empathy is not just good for the world, it's good for business. It improves profitability. It improves retention of your top talent. It improves innovation. It improves customer loyalty and the amount of money they will spend with you. It improves word of mouth. I mean, there's so many vectors you can look at to say when you act as an organization with genuine empathy, it can give you real bottom line benefits. So I decided to tackle this frustration in my own heart with with where the world is going by saying, okay, let's meet people where they are, right? Let's try to Trojan horse this idea of empathy to people that might be more skeptical about it, might not think it has a role in business or a role in the workplace, and say, okay, well, get on board with this and give it a try because of all these benefits. And what I truly believe, and what I've seen in action, and I share some of these anecdotes in the book, is that when people do things for whatever reason and they act on it, like empathy as an example, when they do compassionate acts, when they try to be empathetic and take another person's point of view, for whatever reason that's getting them there, the feedback they get from that experience is positive, and therefore they want to do it again. So ultimately they're transformed from the outside in. And that's really my goal. Like I can't cast a spell and make the world a nicer place. And these platitudes to just be nicer and be more empathetic and try to see other people's point of view sound great in theory and look really good on a Hallmark card and on an Instagram meme. But what does that mean for actions that we can take in our work, in our business, in our organizations, with our customers, with our colleagues, with our teams on a day-to-day basis? So that's what the book presents. And that's why I called it a playbook, is because I've cultivated and gathered all of these ideas that people can put into action the very next day or the very day that they're reading this in the book. And it's not meant to be like, you have to try all these things all at once. But I'm inviting people to try a few of these things. If they're a leader, here's some tips and practices and best practices from people that are successful that they can try to cultivate their own empathy within themselves and their teams. As a culture in your organization, whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit or a government organization, whether you're a team of 5 or you're a team of 70, here are some ideas and best practices that you can implement. And then externally, as a brand, with your customers, with your clients, with your community, here are some ideas on and tips and practices and habits you can adopt to create more empathy, both in yourself and convey that impression and convey that desire to people on the external side of your organization. So why did I write the book? I wrote the book for my son. My son is 5. And this is the world I want him to have when I leave it. And if we can all find a way, again, within our own sphere of influence, whether that's 3 people or 10 people or 1,000 people, to adopt some of these practices, adopt some of these actions, and maybe, just maybe, we can change the world. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope you will support the book when it comes out. And I'm really thankful to so many people that helped me with this book. And there's going to be more information coming on all of those great people. But I did want to take this opportunity to share what it was that drove me to write The Empathy Edge. And I hope you're as excited about it as I am to share it with you. Take care.